Inside Amazon's smart warehouse. For one very excellent reason, Amazon is the world's largest retailer, and its CEO Jeff Bezos is the world's richest man. His company is the best at providing consumers what they want, when they want it, faster than anybody else. Because of its lightning-fast delivery times, Amazon has established itself as the undisputed heavyweight champion of the retail universe. It's nothing short of a modern logistical miracle that hundreds of millions of products, from guitar strings to saucepans to vehicle parts, can be delivered to your door within 24 hours. So, how does Amazon accomplish this? For one thing, a super smart army of slave robots is part of the solution. However, if occasionally unethical, managerial tactics are also a component of the solution, and the modern-day voodoo of deep learning, all of which are manifested in the world's most advanced stockrooms. Come along with us today as we zip up our high-breeze jacket and enter Amazon's smart warehouse. But first, if you're new here, welcome! Be sure to subscribe and turn notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. In September 2020, with the state of the global economy and the teeth of the coronavirus, and also the bleakest employment outlook in history, Amazon reported global revenues of slightly less than $350 billion. That's roughly double what it earned in 2017. By the way, that is only 3 short years earlier, which is not bad for a company that started trading in 1994. Amazon has built its empire on the premise of unrivaled convenience for the end user. You need a product, so you open the app or have a quiet conversation with Alexa, and the following day it's waiting on your doorstep. Isn't that awesome? Moving products from point A to point B is not easy, especially when compared to other modern technology giants like Netflix, Google, or Facebook, which barely need to exist in the real world. Amazon, on the other hand, must move an astonishingly vast amount of sheer bulk safely, precisely, and quickly every day. So, how does it do it? A senior Amazon executive described Amazon's warehouses as a masterpiece of humans and machines working together. But how does this masterpiece truly work? Let's start at the beginning. Before you ever logged into Amazon's website, it already has a good notion of what you're going to buy. This is all down to deep learning artificial intelligence, a semi-occult 21st century abracadabra that Amazon has been utilizing to remarkable effect since approximately 2015. Simply put, an algorithm generates assumptions about you based on your age, location, socioeconomic background, and buying history, and then monitors you for hours, days, or even weeks before you log on to ensure that your local warehouse is stocked with the appropriate quantities of stock that you are likely to consider buying. You may have seen these articles in recent years claiming that Amazon employees work up to 12 miles per shift, jumping between shelves, hastily picking up goods that aren't quite right. True, Amazon's current fulfillment centers are mostly guarded by an army of squat Roomba-like robots that pick up entire shelves, dumped pots, and deliver them to a human picker stationed at a stationary workstation. Amazon's enrollment in this buzzing battalion began in 2012 when the corporation paid an eye-watering $775 million in cash for robotics company Kiva Systems, the market leader in warehouse automation. The company's flagship model, commonly referred to as Kiva, is around 30 centimeters tall and capable of lifting 450 kilos of weight while traveling around a speed of 3 miles per hour. The replacement of these quad orange automatons for gallant human workers makes a huge difference to Amazon's bottom line. It's been estimated that Amazon's warehouses can now hold 50 more stock and retrieve that stock 3 times faster. This reduces the overall cost of fulfillment by some 40%. Cheaper, faster warehouses mean more products. Affordable for the end user and crucially products that are much more likely to be on the van driving down your street the following day, Amazon isn't about to stop there. In a move that could be described as either ruthless or inspired upon purchasing Kiva, Jeff Bezos changed the name of the company to Amazon Robotics and told all previous Kiva customers household names like Gap, Walgreens, and Staples that they would no longer be allowed to buy new Kiva technology. This, of course, gives Amazon an incalculable competitive advantage. Since rolling out the Kiva robots across its fulfillment centers by 2018, when they had 100,000 of them, by now, that has comfortably surpassed 200,000. Amazon Robots has refined the design even further. The current edition of Kiva, called Pegasus, is 10 centimeters shorter, allowing for more stops on top, and employs half the parts, making it cheaper to make and maintain. Amazon claims that Pegasus can lift 600 kilograms and can be customized. With a conveyor belt at the sortation facilities, Amazon boasts that shipping errors have been cut in half thanks to Pegasus. Naturally, Amazon will not stop there. It unveiled a newer, thinner robot, still called Xanthus, that came to the fulfillment center last summer. Quick question: how do these pimped-out Roombars get around without knocking into each other all the time? Cloud-based software operating what can fairly be described as an artificial intelligence-run air traffic control network coordinates the route. Well, this is all about optimization for every single robot. Since robots took over the warehouse, up to 800 robots can be deployed at any given time, though in reality, the numbers are kept lower to avoid traffic congestion. When their batteries run low, the robots are ordered to find the nearest charging station. To improve the working environment at the warehouses, changes have been made. To navigate, a camera on the robot on the carriage reads barcode embedded in the floor, and individual sensors help the robot slow down or swerve to avoid obstacles in the environment. In comparison to these scurrying warehouse servants, the parts of some other Amazon robots appear almost mundane and conventional. The so-called RoboStore robotic arm, for example, wouldn't look out of place in an old-school car factory if it weren't capable of lifting a hefty 1,200 kilograms and manipulating shipping pellets to within a tenth of a millimeter accuracy. There's also the labeling robots nicknamed Slam Machines by human co-workers. For their relentlessly percussive racket, these can label up. To one package every second and for a hint of what will happen in the coming years, Amazon recently purchased Canvas Technologies, a firm specializing in autonomous robotic carts. Imagine the most futuristic beverage cart you think of. Of course, robots are just half of the story inside Amazon's smart warehouses. Even the company's most ardent futurists agree that complete automation is still a decade away. And even then, it's unlikely to happen. So what about the human side of Amazon's smart warehouses? It's not humans versus robots, it's humans plus robots. Amazon is providing a glimpse of the future within many of its fulfillment centers, where humans and robots work harmoniously to get packages to customers on time. Amazon runs 175 fulfillment centers worldwide. In 26 of them, robots and people work together to pick, sort, transport, and store packages. While true robotic automation is taking over certain duties, such as carrying parts of inventory and transporting pallets through buildings, it's making the lives of associates easier by performing the less desirable and more tedious tasks. In 2016, it was predicted that by bringing everything in-house rather than the redundancy inherent in a typical high street or shopping mall, Amazon needed half the personnel that traditional retailers mine per $10 million in sales. When robots took over, there was much less rushing around than there used to be, but there were still plenty of tasks requiring dexterity and problem solving. The two most common roles still performed by humans are stowing and picking. When goods arrive at fulfillment centers, they are stored by humans onto shelves or pods to be collected later by robots. When the robots come by, the pickers take the precise item off the shelves and then send it on to be packed. Workers on the picking side are encouraged. According to one ex-employee, it can be difficult to fulfill 120 items per hour when they first started at the company, rising as high as 280 items per hour just 3 years later. Errors are also punished, according to the same ex-employee. Workers were once allowed 1 error per 1,000 items, but now they are only allowed 1 per the cost. However, it only gets more challenging during Prime Day when Amazon sales skyrocket. One way Amazon encourages workers to make rates is through gamification, or turning the whole thing into a game. Instead of a plain old-fashioned graph telling workers where their productivity stands in relation to the rate, workers instead play and compete on in-house games with names like Pigs in Space Mission Racer or Castle Crafter. Other incentive programs such as in-house currency swag bucks reward hard labor with Amazon-branded stuff like water bottles or t-shirts also help. According to sources, as many as 14,000 major injuries happened at Amazon locations in 2019, roughly doubling the industry average per employee rate. Deaths are rare but unheard of in the UK alone during the 3 years to date. Ambulances were called to Amazon warehouses 600 times in 2018. Amazon, for its part, is quick to point out that it invests tens of millions of dollars in worker safety awareness programs, but there's no denying that injuries spike around Prime Day. So, are Amazon's ultra-efficient warehouses ultimately a force for good? Well, I will leave that for you to answer in the comment section below. However, while COVID-19 ravaged vast swaths of the traditional retail landscape last year, this year, Amazon has been processing up to 40 more others than expected in the month leading up. For instance, sales of toilet paper increased by 186%, cough medicine sales increased by 862%, and children's vitamins increased by 287%. In a world where going to the store can be a risky business, Amazon is fulfilling a need, and as a result, ever greater numbers of people are relying on it. Will robots steal our jobs? The future is unclear, but within Amazon, it's clear that humans are still needed for many aspects of the work. Thanks for watching, and this brings us to the end of Inside Amazon's Smart Warehouse. If you loved this video, please leave a like and a comment, as well as share with your friends.